All right, we're live.
We're live.
Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? Intern podcast once again. Been a while
Once
since I think we've
again.
done the intern podcast. Definitely been a while.
Yeah. Been a couple weeks at least. Right?
Yeah, it definitely has. Definitely has. Man, how you been?
Yeah. Living the American dream, brother.
Yes, sir.
Watching the Giants go on a 4 out of 5 win streak.
Not bad.
Telling you, it's getting crazy, bro. I don't know how to. We'll dive into that.
Yeah, we'll dive into it, but it's definitely getting crazy, man. I mean, last week. Let's talk about last week's game so far. So, Saquon Barkley. I feel like every week we're talking about Saquon Barkley.
How are they not?
Great he is.
How are they saying Baker Mayfield and Philip Lindsay are shoo-ins over Saquon?
If I'm being clear, I don't know anybody who's saying that though. I don't really know anybody who's saying that. Like, I'm hearing a few people. I'm hearing a few people make that argument, but nobody I really care about is making that argument. You know what I mean? Like, most people understand it's Saquon Barkley. Like,
this dude's almost added 2,000 yards total. I mean,
like Philip Lindsay is just doing like what Philip Lindsay is doing is impressive, but he's not doing as impressive as Saquon Barkley.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, he's not doing as impressive as Saquon Barkley is. So that's kind of retarded. I think it's kind of a dumb argument to say Philip Lindsay deserves it because Saquon Barkley is doing everything Philip Lindsay is, but more consistently and better. Baker Mayfield, he's not. I mean, Baker Mayfield's been great. Don't be wrong. I think Baker Mayfield's been worth the #1 overall pick, but I still don't think he's been doing as good as Saquon Barkley. If he gets picked, it's because he's a quarterback. You know what I mean?
That's the only reason.
What's going on, man? Pat Donovan, what's going on? Christopher Morin, what's going on, man?
So
Thanks for joining the stream, guys. But yeah, I don't know. I think Saquon Barkley's easily a shoe-in. If he does half as good for the rest, if he completes the rest of the season as half as good as he's been this season, then, I mean, yeah, there's nothing. You know, it's Saquon Barkley, and that's just it's it. There's no other argument. If anybody tries to argue that any other rookie offensive player besides Saquon Barkley deserves Offensive Rookie of the Year, then I don't understand. I would love to have a conversation with them and really get them to break down.
And especially if he surpasses 2,000 total yards. I mean, what's happened 4 times in league history? 4 or 5 times. I don't know. I don't see. I mean, Baker's a spark plug. Don't get me wrong. He's turning that organization around as we speak. But Saquon Barkley is just putting. It's like I don't even know how many games he didn't have 100 yards total. I mean, was it 1?
I mean, all right. So
one game.
Here's his rushing yards. I can't seem to find his receiving stats. I'm looking them up here on my computer. I don't know why the hell I can't find them, but here's just his rushing numbers. All right, Saquon Barkley has 209 carries, 1,124 yards, and he's averaging with 9 touchdowns. He's averaging 5.4 yards per carry. Right. I don't know another running back in the league who can do that behind this offensive line.
Charles had around those numbers, though.
Granted, this offensive line has been playing better the past few weeks, but even before the offensive line started playing better, he was still averaging up to a 5 yards per carry. So he was averaging 5 yards per carry while simultaneously being the running back in the league who gets hit behind the line of scrimmage more than any other running back. You know, so Saquon
Barkley, I'm not mistaken, he's north of 85 receptions.
Yeah, I think so. And I think he's also leading the league after. I think he's leading yards after contact as well. I think he's leading that. I haven't double checked, but I think last time I checked, I think he was leading in yards after contact. And I know he's leading the league in scrimmage yards right now, which is insane.
Like almost 1,800, right? Like 17 something. As a rookie, man, you just got to give it up. I'm sorry.
He's been insane, man. He really.
Oh man.
I don't know.
So, I mean. But what do you think of us on this win streak? And Peter Schrager, I quote from NFL Good Morning, and if people watch NFL,
here we go. I just want to cut you off real quick. I'm sorry. So, Saquon Barkley has here we go. So his rushing attempts. I just want to see his passing attempts. Come on. It just had his passing attempts. Now they're gone. What do you mean?
Yeah, of course. They're like 84, 85.
Okay, here we go. So, yards, rushing attempts. Okay, longest rush, touchdowns, 13. His all-purpose 13 touchdowns. He's got 4 receiving touchdowns, 13 in total. All-purpose yards is where this is insane. And how much games do we have left? I'm sorry, we're 5 and
5 and 8. So we got what, three or 4?
3 or 4 games left.
Three,
this is possible.
Three games.
We have 3 games left. This is possible. Saquon Barkley has 1,753 yards. It's possible for him to get easily. This is easily possible for him to get 2,000 all-purpose yards. He just needs to get 100 yards in each of these next 3 games. That's just all-purpose. This isn't rushing or receiving. Yeah. This is easily
How many
possible.
catches does he have, though?
It's fucking not showing.
It's got to be above 85. Because I know he had like 82 receptions before last game. North of 82.
287 touches. That's combined. He's got. All right, so here we go. So he's got. I can just do this math here. Fuck it. I can just do this math. Well, it's showing me like his all-purpose touches, and it's showing me how many of those are rushing attempts. So I can just do the math here. It's 287 minus. Okay, so he's got 78 receptions right now.
Nah, he's got more than that.
That's all he has is 78 receptions.
I don't know.
He has 287
I'll have to look
touches.
into that.
No, because he has 287 touches, and 209 of those are rushing attempts. So he only has 78 receptions. How many receptions does he need for the record or something like that?
Nah, he needs more than that for the record, but I thought he had 82 going in the last week.
No, but how much does he need for the record is what I'm saying.
That I wouldn't know.
Oh. Well, he only has 78. This is a fact. He's got 78 receiving yards. It's like he's a running back, so everywhere I'm going, they're only trying to show how many freaking
I'll find it.
Trying to show his rushing stats here.
I'll find it. Mr. Wiz. Nobody beats the Wiz. Any older people listening remember that.
Keenan Allen. Oh my God.
Nobody beats the Wiz. Keenan Allen's balling.
Oh, I'm not watching the game. I could care less about the Steelers and the Chargers.
I mean, I was in 38 fantasy leagues this year.
Oh, man.
I was in 35 last year. That was way too much. It's just like I couldn't find time to keep up with my thing, so I'm only in the playoffs still in 12 of the leagues. I definitely got my butt whooped in Bleedbigblue league, though. Definitely 100%.
Okay, so let's keep moving on here. What about Eli Manning? How do you think he's been playing these past few games?
I mean, I got to give it up to the offensive line. The offensive line has made major improvements. They've watched their tape, they've studied, and they've been playing a lot better. Yeah. And as I've said, you get Eli behind an offensive line that can give him time to at least digest what the defense is doing, and he's a great quarterback. And look, the O-line is giving him more time, and Eli's fine. Even if he's not – I mean, he didn't even have Beckham, and they put up a 40-burger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like he utilizes the pieces he has around him, which mainly Barkley, but even Russell Shepard was catching passes last week.
Yeah.
I mean, people you don't even hear of. I mean, I think Eli's playing great. I don't even think he had 200 yards passing, but I think he had 3 touchdowns. Yeah. He didn't turn the ball over. I mean, he's looking good. I mean, he's solidifying. If he plays like this for the rest of the year, I hate to say it, Giants fans, but that's your starting quarterback next season. So
we'll see. But I want to get into some interesting numbers here that a lot of people like to talk about how in the games that we lost is because Saquon Barkley didn't touch the ball enough. I heard some people say that. It's like, oh, we lost these games because Saquon's not touching the ball more. Give him the ball more. Give him the ball more. I want to go through some interesting numbers here, okay? Yeah. So in all of our wins, Saquon Barkley has 102 rushing attempts for 586 yards. He averages 5.7 yards per carry. He has 4 touchdowns, 18 receptions, 126 yards, and a touchdown for receiving in all of our wins. Now, here's an interesting number. In our losses, Saquon Barkley has 107 rushing attempts, 538 yards. He averages 5 yards per carry. He has 5 touchdowns, 60 receptions, and 503 receiving yards, right? And 3 receiving touchdowns. So,
hey, who was that?
Technically, if you really think about it, in our losses, it's because we've been giving Saquon the ball 2 more. So Saquon has more touches in our losses than he does in our wins. Now, I'm not saying Saquon's the reason we're losing these games. That's stupid. What I'm saying is that I think what it shows is that our team is running best when we're able to move the ball around to different people. Right? So, a lot of people are saying just hand the ball to Saquon, give the ball to Saquon. It's Ryan. So a lot of people are saying just give Saquon the ball and we'll win more. It's not technically not really.
It depends on the game.
Yeah, I mean technically Saquon just touched the ball less than he does in our losses. Alan says Dwayne Haskins will be the starter next year. If we draft Dwayne Haskins, I'm going to convert into being a Texans fan because Dwayne Haskins is fucking garbage. I don't know why people like Dwayne Haskins so much. He is absolute shit. He is such shit. Literally one of the worst quarterbacks coming into this year's draft. I can name 4 quarterbacks better than Dwayne Haskins right now.
Oh, really?
Those are quarterbacks who are declaring.
Did Dwayne Haskins already declare?
I don't know. Who cares? If he does or doesn't matter. He's garbage.
We're not going quarterback
14
round.
touchdowns in 13 games, and he's garbage. Oh, I guess you don't understand that stats aren't everything. That's cool, buddy. I don't care how many touchdowns he's throwing. He's garbage. He's good. He's good in a clean pocket, right? I expect every quarterback to be good in a clean pocket. As soon as that pocket collapses, he's probably one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen.
Does he have like a 39.5 passer rating in like a when he's under duress?
Yeah, when he's under duress, he's literally the worst quarterback in this year's draft. And when he's under duress, and if you can't throw the ball under duress, you're not worth a damn.
And you're not playing on the Giants.
Yeah, you're not going to be playing on the Giants. That's for sure.
I wouldn't mind getting a Tyree Jackson. He's not obviously.
Is he declaring?
Like he's the main guy, but
is he declaring?
I think so.
That's like a 4th round prospect. I would not mind picking him up in the 4th round.
Exactly.
Yeah, Tyree Jackson. I would not mind spending a late round pick on Tyree Jackson just because the upside is there. Like last year, if Lamar Jackson was there in like the 2nd or 3rd round, I'd be like, yeah, all right, go ahead and sweep him, but I wouldn't take him in the 1st, not even close.
No,
that's somebody I wouldn't mind taking in the later rounds.
He's got more rushing yards than passing yards this year, anyway.
Yeah, I don't like seeing that in my quarterbacks.
No, definitely not.
If Tyree Jackson went to a bigger school, he'd be like a 1st round prospect.
I don't know. I don't think his school has anything to do with it. I think it's just his talent. He's kind of like Lamar Jackson last year. He's got a big arm, but he's got accuracy issues. I think people can see that.
But when
the top quarterbacks right now this year's draft are probably, I would go with Justin Herbert, Will Grier. In this one, the 3rd spot I'm confused about. 3rd and 4, I know. I'm just confused about which order they go into. It's either like Drew Lock or Ryan Finley. I just don't know if it's Ryan Finley, then Drew Lock. I'm still deciding that. And then I would probably give 5 to Dwayne Haskins. I would probably give 5 to him.
Ryan Finley is I like Drew Lock better than Ryan Finley.
Drew Lock better than Ryan Finley? Well, Ryan Finley, he doesn't have that special. He doesn't have that special arm. Yeah, that's the thing. So like Drew Lock's got a higher upside than Ryan Finley, but Ryan Finley's better right now. You know, like he's more of your prototypical stays in the pocket. He needs a pocket to work, kind of clean quarterback. You know what I mean? He's one of those like.
Is he only 180 though?
He's like an old-fashioned quarterback.
Is he only 180?
180 pounds? Are you saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Ryan Finley's over 180. Let me see here.
I'm gonna look it up.
Right, yeah, he's 185 pounds. He's 6'3".
Oh, man.
We don't have a Discord command, but as you can see, the Discord is literally on the screen. The Discord's on the screen. But I'll post it in the chat right now so you can see it. There it is in the chat. You can hop in the Discord, hop in the on hold section. We will drag you in. Anytime you want to talk, we'll drag you in then.
How would you guys feel about getting like if Jadeveon Clowney was in free agency, would you?
I would spend almost all my chips on the. Actually, hold on. Let me see how old he is.
25.
He's only 25.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I would give him a 6-year deal. Right now, at the age of 25, I would give Clowney a 6-year deal. Like I'm talking Odell Beckham Jr. kind of 6-year deal. I would lock Clowney up. Like I would make him retire a Giant if he was a free agent. He's that good. He's getting better
you see him whiff the last play of the game last week, though? Come on now.
I mean, that's one bad play, dude. I mean, I can point out multiple plays where Clowney has been an absolute stud. I mean, he's great in the run.
Better each year.
Great in the pass rush.
He's getting better each year.
He's phenomenal. He's been training under J.J. Watt. I would love for him to come over here alongside Lorenzo Carter.
Then we'd have to drop Oviedo.
I want to drop Oviedo no matter what.
Do that.
Dude, I'd drop Oviedo. I'd do him in a heartbeat. Dude.
Yeah.
I would literally right now trade Olivier Vernon for a 3rd round pick.
Or give him to Houston for Clowney and too.
I would love Clowney. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, I mean, Alan K's right. Clowney's not touching the market. Unfortunately, that is true. But I mean, we can dream.
Yeah, he's not going to
touch the market, dude. If the Texans let him touch the market, they don't want to win anymore. They're like, fuck it, we're done. Either that, or they're going for Josh Allen. If the Texans actually let Jadeveon Clowney walk, I'm gonna assume they're putting their chips in on Josh Allen.
He'd be gone by then.
I don't know. They could trade up.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of package they get.
I mean, although the Texans will probably be going for a tackle, they're gonna be going for like Jonah Williams. They'll probably try and trade up for him. Or I know Greg Little just declared, didn't he? Which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that he just declared. I think Max Sharping's another left tackle. I feel like he's more of a guard though. I feel like he'll have to transition to the guard in the NFL. But Max Sharping's a really good tackle. Dalton Risner is probably the best pass. I think Dalton Risner is actually the best offensive lineman of this year's draft, but people call me crazy for that. He's like a second-round prospect, but I think he's the best offensive tackle in the draft. I actually want the Giants to grab him and shove him into right tackle. It'd be great.
It'd be pretty cool. Pretty good.
I'm really excited for
what was that guy that the tackle that was in Eli's draft class that went to the Raiders? Robert Gallery. And that dude didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. So there could be some studs, there could be some bums in the first round as far as any position goes. You know what I mean?
There's bums and studs in the first round all the time.
You know?
Yeah, you guys want to call in? I went ahead and put the link in the Discord. I put the link to the Discord right there in the chat. You can hop into the on-hold channel.
Come on in.
We'll drag you in, talk to you with any questions you have, anything you want to talk about. We were more than willing to talk about. So let me ask you guys this question here.
Right.
I know my answer, but what do you guys think is the likelihood of we actually winning out, not making the playoffs? Because we need more needs to happen than us just to win out to make the playoffs. Like other teams
I got to touch on this.
Chances of winning out. What do you guys think of the chances?
I was watching Good Morning Football yesterday, and Peter Schrager put up like 13 to 15 possibilities of the Giants winning out, like what teams need to lose, who could tie, yada yada. And he put his word. He said the Giants are gonna win us. Somebody's got feedback. The Giants are gonna win out, and they're gonna win the Super Bowl. And I thought it was ridiculous.
God, that's ridiculous. But if that did happen, it would be the most New York Giants thing possible.
Oh my God, wouldn't it?
It would be the most New York Giants thing.
But
possible.
I will take it. I will take it.
Yeah, I would take it, but it's not gonna happen.
I will take it.
But that would be the most New York Giants thing of all time if we did.
So we get the last pick in the draft.
We'd luckily somehow get into the playoffs and then just make the most of it. We somehow luckily get in the playoffs and just make the most of it. That would be insane.
It's like what my UConn Huskies do in the tournament.
Yeah, and it's not happening. It's absolutely not happening. We're not going to beat the Colts, and I think we're probably going to fall to the Cowboys as well. The Colts, the Titans are
beating the Cowboys. We're beating the Cowboys.
I don't know.
It's last game of the season. We're going to beat them. They're going to be resting their starters.
It doesn't matter. If one loss and they're out, we're automatically eliminated.
Marco!
Yeah. What's up, Marco?
So, what's up, guys? How's it going?
What's going on, bro?
Man? Let me turn Marco up. He's a little quiet. There we go.
Yeah. Oh, man. So what do you think, Marco? You think we can win out or what, brother? What's the deal?
I think we could win out, but I don't think we're going to make the playoffs.
Oh no, we're not winning. No, that's not happening. I think we can win out. It's going to be. I don't know.
We would need Dallas to lose too. We would need. Well, now that Philly lost their quarterback, I mean that's another thing to throw in the mix.
Whoa, what? Carson Wentz went down?
Yeah, Carson Wentz is out for the year.
Again? What's happening to this guy? What happened? He
fractured his back.
Yeah, oh my God! How am I not hearing about this? When did this happen?
Earlier today, they announced that he might be out for the year.
Damn.
Fractured his back.
This. Speaking of injuries, you guys think Odell's going to touch the field again this year?
Of course, absolutely.
16, probably.
We'll see.
I'm plugging and playing him this week, dude.
Broken vertebrae, same injury as Romo. Ooh, that sucks. Oof.
Do you think the Giants were surprised that they threw a whooping on
the Redskins?
On the Redskins?
I think the Giants are riding.
I think they were completely surprised.
The Giants are riding high. The Giants are confident. They're playing great football. They're in for it for each other.
You got to turn your mic on. Turn your mic on. I'll drag you in here.
The Giants are not surprised at all because the offensive line is doing its job, and we all know what Eli can do behind a decent offensive line. We didn't have Beckham, and we dropped 40.
Yeah.
This team is rallying around each other, and at the right time. And I'm like giddy when I heard Peter Schrager say it. I'm laughing, so I write him on Twitter. I'm like, really?
I disagree. I don't think they're streaking at the right time.
Yeah.
The right time would have been at 1-3.
Been the beginning of the season. Yeah, streak.
That would have been the
right time. This is not the time to streak. You know. But I'll tell you what though. I mean, win or lose right now, there's definitely a change you can see in this team, and it's like it's in the chemistry, it's in the feel of the team, the vibe. Like the team's happier. You can tell
it is. It's not like last year where like the chemistry. Was just terrible.
Exactly, the chemistry of this team, like the what's the word I'm looking for? Persona. What is it? The feel.
Culture.
The culture. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you very much, Margo. The culture of this team has completely changed. And I'll tell you what, that's something you need to build on. And I'm really excited about the new culture, and I'm excited about Pat Shurmur. And I think the key points of why we've been winning is just the offensive line play and it's the play calling. Those are in my opinion, those are the two only things that have changed. And look how different of a team we look. It's just play calling.
So there's no question. There's no question about Shurmur's job solidification. We're all in.
I've been all in.
Next year, okay. I just want to say that.
I'm trying to be the Browns. Fire somebody, hire somebody, fire somebody.
Yeah.
Even in the beginning of the year, his play calling was fine. There were people open.
Exactly. It's the offense.
Eli couldn't get it to them.
Yeah. Either he had a hand in his face or he just whiffed the ball.
Or he would check it down, and then you have missed throws on top of that.
I go back, and that's what I was saying in a video I put up on the channel, on an audio clip I put up on the channels. I went back and I watched gameplay, and I didn't think the play calling was ever a problem. There was because they give you those other camera angles, and when you look at them, there's I'm watching. There's receivers down the field open, waving hands, and as a hand is being waved, Saquon is just receiving the ball, or Eli's running for his damn life, or he threw the ball and it's just out of touch. You know, it's not there. But
I think more of an issue is like maybe clock management and like in-game stuff.
Yeah,
like when to use timeouts and some of the decisions on like fourth down, maybe when to go, when not to go.
I think that's just a rookie mistake, though. It's a rookie coach mistake. You know, I think
it's
not a rookie
coach. He'll down on 40-yard line.
But he's not a rookie coach.
Yeah, he did coach for the Browns a long time ago. I think I kind of forget about that sometimes. I forget about that. He's not a rookie head coach anymore.
And he's been an offensive coordinator for multiple teams forever.
Yeah.
So,
but why hasn't he been utilized?
But this doesn't fully concern me. I think
why is Evan Ingram Evan Ingram needs utilized a lot more. Yeah. He has so much potential, and I feel even with Beckham out last week, I thought they were going to use him more. And you saw when they went his way. He was gashing up the middle. He was gashing up the sidelines for big chunk yardage plays.
Well, I think Shurmur likes to hit him at certain times. That's what I think it is. Like I think Shurmur, if you go back and watch Shurmur's offense, even with who's the Vikings tight end? Kyle Rudolph, thank you. He wasn't never a main target. He's always the kind of guy that they throw at when you're not expecting.
Yeah, but he isn't doing nothing.
That's how Shurmur likes
Shurmur left. Kyle Rudolph has been garbage.
Well, yeah, that's been Shurmur. That's what I'm saying. Shurmur likes to attack his tight ends when you don't expect him to attack his tight ends. That's how Shurmur likes to play his tight ends. He doesn't like to just use your tight end as like a main target consistently the way.
Well, we got a first-round tight end. We invested a first round in this.
No, I don't disagree with you.
And he's a great talent. Why not use him?
Well, he's a great talent who drops the ball quite a bit. I mean, let's not act like he doesn't drop the ball. He's been dropping the ball way more than I want to see.
I was big on it, and I think he should definitely have better numbers, but he's like an in-between guy. He's a tight end that can't block, and he's a wide receiver that can't catch. So
exactly. I think people are starting to overrate Evan Ingram a little bit. Like, don't get me wrong, I thought he had an impressive. Yeah, and he's injured. Thank you. Like, I think people are starting to they're getting overhyped on
Jordan Reed.
Yeah, I think he had a good I think he had a good rookie year, but I don't know. I think he's been very inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? So, but
the potential's there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And potential's definitely there.
And when you see flashes, you're like, "Oh shit, this guy could like
this kid can play." You know,
he can burn a turn.
Yeah.
And then like the next game he's either out or like something nagging. I get like the concussion issues. You got to be careful with that.
Of course. All right, let's go ahead and take our first Discord caller. This is Greed Crewhead in YouTube from the YouTube comment section.
You got one.
What's going on, man? You got a question?
Crewhead,
what's going on? What's up, man?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We hear you. What's going on, buddy?
About the Evan Ingram thing, I feel like we should have drafted Ryan Ramczyk 100%.
Ryan Ramczyk?
And we should have never went.
He was already gone at that point, I think, though, wasn't
he? No,
he was the last pick. He was the last pick of the first round.
Here's the thing, though. I think in hindsight, that's a pretty easy thing to say. But as a college prospect, Ryan Ramczyk had a lot of ups and downs. He was a big question mark. I mean, in hindsight, he was. Yeah, but I'm saying in hindsight, he was a great pick. But I mean, you have to go off of what you knew about them during the draft. And I'm sure you probably still wanted him during the draft, but during the draft process, he was a big question mark. He had shorter arms. He struggled in the pass. He struggled in the passing game quite a bit in college, and now he came out and playing for the Saints, and now he's a top right tackle in the league right now. But I think on hindsight, I definitely agree with you. He was a great pick in hindsight.
Yeah, you have to look at the team when we had him. They had the playoff year the year before.
Yep.
Tight end was a big question mark. Everyone thought we were going to, try to go for Howard. And
Howard's the more complete tight end.
Yeah, definitely. He's more complete tight end. That's for sure.
And he can block.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I still think Ingram has potential and can be utilized in different ways. I mean, that's just my opinion. Everybody has their own, but I feel like if you put him in the slot, you move him around, there's mismatches all over the place. And that's all I'm saying.
Dean, remember back in the day, they always used to say it used to take like a tight end and a wide receiver 3 years to like really figure out what the hell they're doing?
Exactly.
So maybe that next year he takes the leap.
Well, let's hope so.
There's been a lot of pretty picks.
Oh, yeah.
Not the real.
I mean,
I remember we took, what's his name, Beckham, the Travis Beckham from Wisconsin. On tight end,
tight end. He's fast, but small, right? Wasn't he like 6'2"?
Yeah,
fast.
Yeah, and he never panned out.
47, right?
Yep, number 47, and we haven't had luck since Mark Bavaro and Jeremy Shockey in the tight end department. But I could also say we haven't had luck since like Tiki Barber, and I really am not a Tiki Barber fan for the reason that he called Eli Manning out. But that's another story to be had. But he was the best running back I've seen. As a Giants fan, I mean,
I'm not Bradshaw.
No, Bradshaw.
I'm biased.
Do what Tiki did.
I love
Bradshaw. Never did what Tiki did.
I love Bradshaw.
I love Bradshaw.
Barkley is the second coming of. Maybe he's the first coming. I think
he's the first. I'm young, right? So I'm young.
I'm loving.
Before I say this, try not to be like, oh, what about all these other great backs? Okay, so try to remember that I'm only 20 years old and I only started watching football. I only seriously started watching football like 6-7 years ago. Yesterday.
Yesterday.
But Saquon Barkley is the best running back I've ever seen with my eyes. Like, I'm talking about pure talent, of course. He's the best running back talent I've ever seen with my eyes. Personally, I can't really say Barry Sanders because I never saw him live.
Yeah,
I've only seen videos. I've only seen like videos of him. I've only seen videos of like LaDainian Tomlinson and stuff like that. But in terms of like watching live, Saquon's the best running back talent I've ever seen with my own eyes. And if you really think, I think somebody in the YouTube comment section said this, and I was like, oh shit, this guy's kind of right. He said that if you really look at it, the Giants have a generational talent at running back and wide receiver.
Yeah.
But what he also mentioned, which he's right? And I was like, oh my God, this guy's right. We're awesome. And he was like, but you got to think about, you're going to have to pay them like a generational talent. Right? And
we are.
Most offense,
we're
definitely paying them both. I'm just saying, are we going to keep doing
this year?
Yeah.
Right? The salary cap went up, what, 14 mil?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's going to be 14 mil higher. We're going to have to figure out landing, and we're going to have to get rid of OV.
I mean, if you really think about it, technically, we're never going to have to re-sign Odell. Considering he stays good.
Yeah, 5 years.
Have to re-sign Odell. I mean, by the time Odell contracts is up for renewal,
we won't need him.
Yeah, we're not going to need him anymore. By the time his contract's up to get re-signed,
or he'll be washed up.
Yeah, he'll be washed up, or we can trade him out or something like that.
Or the Raiders. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But we have to solidify this defense.
Yeah.
Whether it's free agency, draft. I've been on the bandwagon of getting rid of OV for a while. When we just look at his statistics and his numbers alone, what he's worth against the cap next year, him and Jenkins, it might be a smart thing to do to part with one of the two. Go with somebody younger because we got a young receiver, a young running back, a young safety. We're going to draft another quarterback very soon. Well, let's get this team young, but with some spunk, some hard hitters, and we
I
can
don't
start.
believe in Curtis Riley.
Curtis Riley's been playing great. For me, I've been picking everything off of Curtis Riley lately. So I mean, I'm a Curtis Riley fan. Curtis Riley's saving me games and Madden. I'm like, wow,
really good lately. He really has.
I'm wow, dude. Curtis Riley.
I'll tell you what. So I mean, everybody talks about we got to attack the offensive line in the free agency, which in the draft, and I agree with him. But I'll tell you what. I think the primary target we need to be going after this free agency is Darrell Williams.
Of course.
Right tackle out of Carolina. I mean,
Gettleman drafted him in the I think the 4th round.
Exactly. I mean, I think he might end up being our big tiger. He's coming from Carolina, like you said. Gettleman drafted him. He's going to be a free agent, and he's been good every single year. I can't see him not being our primary target in the free agency, and I'm not upset about that. Like, I really, really want him. Like, Solder has been stepping it up lately. As of late, Solder has been playing a little bit more up to his money. If you watch him, which I'm excited about because I was going to be really pissed off if he never stepped his game up. But he's only getting older. He's going to be 31 at the end of the season. And this guy had, a 5-year contract? Is that what it was? No, it wasn't 5. What was it? What was his contract length? Solder. How long did we sign him for?
3, 4.
3 years, okay.
Yeah, I think it was 4.
Was it 4 years? Okay, so this guy's going to be playing for us, so he's 33, 34. So I hope he ages like fine wine. I really do. But I would not mind signing Darrell Williams to a 4 or 5 year deal. This is a guy I want to come in. He's been phenomenal in my opinion in the run game, in the passing game. He could probably step it up a little bit, but I mean, this is great. I would love Darrell Williams. I honestly think this is going to be the guy we go after because of Gettleman. Because like you said, he's got the connection to him. He drafted him. He's coming from Carolina, and this is it. I think this is the guy we need. I think this guy, maybe you draft a center in the draft this year or something like that. Like the
Tyler Baez from Wisconsin.
I don't think he's going to declare, though.
Center.
I don't think he'll declare.
Should never got rid of
should
never got rid of freaking Brett Jones.
Well, I mean, Spencer Pulley's been playing pretty decent at the moment, but I think a center in the 2nd or 3rd round we attack. We grab Darrell Williams, and I think with our 1st round we spend it on a pass rusher. I think I mean, if you guys have heard me talk about Josh Allen multiple times, I'm super, super high on Josh Allen. I think he's the best
we're not even looking at a top 10 pick right now. The way we've been playing.
Well, I think Josh Allen can fall to the top 10. I think he can.
Wait, right now we have the 8th pick, right? 7th or 8th?
Yeah, we have the 7th or 8th, but I think he's talking about if we win out or something like that. But right now we have the 8th pick.
Keep playing like we're playing.
Even still, I could see Josh Allen clearly falling out of the top 8, falling out of the top 10. And Gettleman has shown to be pretty aggressive for pass rushers.
And that'd be great value if we could get him at 10, 12.
Oh yeah, I think he's I have him as a top 5 talent. In my book, I have him as a top 5 talent.
I think he will draft the top 5.
I have him as a top 5
unless
talent,
a QB sneaks in there.
I think a QB could sneak in. I think he could fall out, honestly, because teams are going to draft out of need. And I could definitely see Josh Allen falling out of the top 5, maybe even the top 10, because not enough people are really talking about him. But he's the best pure pass rusher in the draft because there's so many good defensive linemen that I could see. The only reason I see Josh Allen falling is because we have so many good defensive linemen coming into the draft this year. We got Nick Bosa, the overrated little bit Ed Oliver, Cleveland Farrell. I mean, it's an insanely deep defensive line draft class. So because of that, I could see Josh Allen falling out. And I think he's exactly what we need. I would love to pair him on the other side.
Plus, if we keep running a 3-4,
you can see Greedy Williams slide in the top 5 too.
Yeah, Greedy too. But if we keep running a 3-4, we could use outside linebackers as well. We need pass rushers. Yeah. So if we're running the 3-4, we don't technically need a down lineman. Yeah. We could use a versatile 3-4.
In my opinion, I think B.J. Hill and Dalvin Tomlinson have both been playing great. Josh Morrow's been stepping his He's been stepping his game.
B.J. Hill surprised me. I'm not gonna lie.
I was pretty high on B.J. Hill coming out of NC State.
I was really high. Him and Dalvin Tomlinson. Dalvin Tomlinson, I said, was gonna open people's eyes up this year.
Yeah, I think B.J. Hill's been pretty good.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, that's our thing. We got B.J. Hill, we got Dalvin right there on the inside. Josh Morrow's actually been pretty decent in the run game. Those are our run stuffers right there. Mm-hmm. And on the edge, you have Lorenzo Carter coming off, who I think has shown some promise. He still needs to step his game up a little bit, but I think his technique just needs to get, it needs to get cleaned up. And then you come in with Josh Allen. I think that's a very, very young and a very talented front seven right there. Not considering other rushers. I mean, that's a young and talented, pass rush, in my opinion.
I don't know if the Giants are anywhere near a quarterback. They have to take him.
I don't know. I could see Gettleman.
I don't know this year.
I'm not gonna lie. Haskins grew on to me.
Oh, I hate Jordan Haskins, man. I don't think Shermer and Gettleman. There's no way they would take Greer or Drew Lock in a high first round pick like that. There's no way that's happening. So if Herbert doesn't declare, I can't see them taking Drew Lock or Will Grier that high. If those guys are
Shermer, I might go crazy.
Those guys are second round talents. That's not happening. But if Herbert's there, I don't think it's his year,
bro.
I don't want us to take him, but I can see it. But if Herbert doesn't declare, there's no way Grier or Locke is coming up that early. Not in the first round, no.
Remember, like 3 days before the draft, Saquon showed up in like a giant shirt.
If I see Justin Herbert in that Giants jersey, I'm gonna shoot myself.
I have a funny feeling there's just too much talk about it that it's not like. I think he's gonna be rocking like some Eli jersey or something.
I'd be so pissed
for the draft.
He's be locking a number 10 Giants jersey because he is number 10, so I'd be locking a number 10.
Yeah, he is number 10.
I'd be so mad, bro. I would be like, no. I reject the premise of this.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me Saquon didn't know that he was not going.
Oh, Saquon knew. Let's be honest. He fucking knew. He knew.
He's happy where he's at. He loves where he's at. Show me how you do that tap. I want to be in that commercial. Show me how you tap that card.
Yeah, he's like,
I just put mad shit on the register. Show me how you tap it, Saquon.
Okay, so Alan K says if they don't take a QB, they're just wasting the prime years of OBJ and Saquon. QBs don't grow on trees. I agree with you.
Exactly.
I know, and I agree with that. I agree that QB is a huge commodity, but I would rather take Teddy Bridgewater in the free agency, have him be a bridge. I mean, the QB class this following year, and I know people say you can't wait, you can't just keep waiting, and I understand that, right? But I would rather wait one more year for a way better QB. I mean, this QB class coming up next year, not this year, but the 2020 draft is the best QB class I've seen since well, I guess it's not that long ago, but since Patrick Mahomes, Trubisky, and
but who's to say that we suck next year?
Exactly, but you can trade up. You can trade up. By then, I mean, I think you could trade up a pick. You could trade up Sterling Shepard. You could trade up Evan Ingram, along with a few picks to trade up that high.
I'm not giving up Shepard.
I would instantly give up Shepard for my future quarterback.
No,
instantly I'd give him up.
Shepard, and Beckham have this chemistry. You have to keep them two together.
That's the sentimental.
Yeah, you're getting too sentimental, man. You can. I would instantly give Shepard.
Can we talk about how bad Kyle Lauletta was?
Yeah,
that was awful.
But hold on, that's a rookie quarterback's. That's a rookie quarterback's first. I mean, I want to see him more before I really kick him in the nuts. I mean, it was terrible, but I want to see more before I kick him in the nuts.
Right after the game, I looked up to see if Davis Webb was still on the Jets practice squad.
Let's go for Davis Webb. Yeah, you guys are missing him now, aren't you?
If he's still in the practice squad, we could just scoop him right back up and be like, fuck, we made a mistake.
You guys are missing Spiderweb now, aren't you? I love my boy Davis. I'm still waiting for him to get a shot somewhere, man. I'm telling you, he's going to surprise me. I'm still waiting for Davis.
He looked so bad.
He did. But okay, so Alan K says, what quarterback would you take in this draft? I would not take Justin Herbert with our top 10 pick. I would take Will Grier in the second. I could do that. I could take Grier in the second. He's a leader. He's like Baker Mayfield, but less talented. I could take him.
So we go from taking a 4th-round quarterback to a 3rd-round quarterback to a 2nd-round quarterback 3 years in a row.
And then the year after that, we take Tua.
What do you expect different?
And the year after that, we take Tua in the 1st round.
No big deal. No big deal.
Let's do it. No. I don't know. This quarterback situation is weird.
Come on. No, Eli got it. Give him an offensive line. Eli got this.
We're going mid-first. I don't know. There's not that much quarterback.
You got to get the guy.
And I don't think Herbert's the guy.
Even if you have to move pieces to get him, you got to take the gamble.
That's the thing, though. You have to know he's your guy. I don't think Herbert's
the guy.
I think Tua was the guy.
I think Tua was the guy.
What, 2 first-round picks for Eli?
I think Tua was the guy. Tua is the best quarterback I've seen in a long time.
What we give Marco? What we give Eli? 2 first rounds and a 4th
overall,
round, right?
2 first picks and Sean Merriman is what we gave up for
Sean Merriman. Yeah,
I would do that for Tua though. I would give up 2 picks for Tua easily. 2 first-round picks. I'd give up our next 3 first-round picks for Tua. You're not guaranteed Tua. He's going number 1. We can try to trade up, dude. Even if Tua's gone, Jake Fromm is a better quarterback than any quarterback in this year's draft class. Even the 3rd best quarterback in the 2020 draft class is still better than any QB in this year's draft class. This year's draft class is weak.
See, you can't gamble on the future. What happens if Tua goes out there and gets smashed and rips his shoulder out, and you're betting on something that's not there?
Okay, but I have a plan for next year. I would love to take Teddy Bridgewater in the free agency. I'd pick him up. I think he easily fits Pat Shermer's system. He fits Pat Shermer's West
Why not
Coast system.
take Geno Smith again? Let's fucking. Why not just throw the dice?
Oh God, not Geno.
Geno Smith.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's just go pick up Mark Sanchez from the Skins, man.
Let's get RG3, Sanchez. Let's get them all up and take them to camp and see who's better.
Yeah, Sanchez only needs the Giants to be the NFC. NFC trial.
All the NFC East trial.
Do the rounds for the NFC East.
Do the rounds. Come on, bring him just for the rounds.
I would literally take Ryan Fitzpatrick for the next year.
What did he have? But
I think we can run with Eli for another year. I think we can. A lot of people are saying, like they're talking about QB next year. Like Eli's not an option. I mean, yeah, if I can rework Eli's contract, I'm more than willing to run with Eli for one more year.
Yeah, he will let me. $23 million is way.
That's why I say rework his contract. If Eli doesn't want to rework his contract, then he's gone.
I thought he's only making 12.5 next year, Eli.
No, he's making 23 against the cap next year.
Oh no, that's Jenkins.
No, it's 23 against the cap next year for Eli. If Eli will let me rework his contract, I'm 100% willing to run with him for another year. He can gladly
stay on the team.
Yeah, if he'll rework his contract.
Reworks it.
If not, then I'm gonna have to give him the bill, and then I'm more than willing to take from to next year.
All right, gents, I'm gonna jump off. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Marco.
Hey, Marco. Thanks for checking in, bro.
Anybody else listen? Discord link is on the screen right there. I'll put it again in the comment section if you want to hop in here.
Where's Nikki Blaze?
Questions. What about Flacco? Absolutely not.
Flacco?
Absolutely not.
Oh, let's take Jamarcus Russell back.
Jamarcus Russell. Hey, man, we need you.
I'd rather have Jamarcus Russell, dude.
God, Jamarcus Russell. What a bust that was. Holy shit.
Oh, Ryan Leaf, come back.
Shit.
Ryan Leaf's doing great things, though. I love Ryan.
Ryan Leaf.
Veterans. What he's doing for the veterans right
now. No, guys, all right, this is not happening, right? I don't expect this is just for fun. But how insane would it be? Eli retires this year. We go and scoop Davis Webb off of somebody's practice squad. He starts and becomes an absolute all-star.
I can't even listen to this.
I'm serious. What if he becomes an absolute all-star and he runs us to the playoffs or to the
Why don't we just get Derek Jeter to play?
Man, it shouldn't be that hard to take this team to the playoffs, bro, with this
I'm
offense.
just saying, man.
Let's get Derek Jeter
Davis
to play.
Webb comes in and is our superhero. It's not happening. I just think it'd be hilarious.
Doug Flutie comes out of retirement.
No, who is it? Who comes out of retirement again? What's his name? Fuck, he came out of
Dave
retirement
Brown.
twice.
Give me Dave Brown.
He went to the Vikings, played for the Packers. Shit, why can't I remember
his name? Bring Hefty left
Cole
back.
Pepper.
No,
Culpepper.
Fuck.
Dante Culpepper.
Who's that white quarterback? Big ass arm. He started over Aaron Rodgers. Came out of retirement to play for the Vikings. Fuck. He's a legend. He's a legend. He's a gunslinger. He's a fucking legend.
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre. Thank you. Yeah, Brett Favre goes out of retirement and plays for us.
Are you really stuttering over Brett Favre?
Yeah, I don't know why. I couldn't get his name.
One of the best quarterbacks.
I know. I don't know why his name could.
Kurt Warner could come in.
CBs don't grow on trees. Absolutely. I would love to take Jamel Dean in the second round, or Dakota Allen, linebacker, or out of Texas Tech, or Jamel Dean.
I just like Dean.
Great players.
Same. I'd like to hear Dean.
I could see Jamel Dean fall into the third round. If we get Jamel Dean in the third round, I'm gonna be excited. Yeah. I think he's the best cornerback in this draft, and I would love Jamel Dean.
I just want to hear my name be called in the Giants uniform. That's all. Dean with the big six. Oh, yeah.
In my opinion,
yes.
I mean, I think.
What do you think of the top three needs right now?
I mean, I'm sorry, top three what?
Needs for the team.
I think the number one need is a pass rush,
offensive line,
quarterback, offensive line. I would go pass rush, quarterback.
Defensive line is fine.
Recently, the offensive line, yeah. But I still think we need a center to replace.
Yeah, but DBs if Sam Beal doesn't come in and
Sam Beal doesn't pan out.
If he doesn't pan out, we already.
Yeah,
Jenkins might be on his way out. We don't know. So who do we got? BW Webb.
I mean, all right. So coming up in this year's draft, I think the best linebacker is Dakota Allen, and nobody's even talking about him. I think he's easily a second round pick. He could fall to the second round. I think the best cornerback is Jamel Dean, and he could fall to the third round.
Hey.
So I would love both.
A lot of players are going to fall out the first round with these defensive talent.
Oh yeah.
There's so many defensive linemen that are first round. It's ridiculous.
It's a lot.
It's stacked. It is stacked, bro.
Oh yeah.
Stacked.
Clemson probably going to get the whole defensive line.
Kizuffy says, Kizuffy? I don't know how to say your name. He says, trade Olivier Vernon to the Colts. Do you think they would take him?
Why not? Give us Andrew Luck. You got a deal.
I'm not gonna lie. Dude, that's a third round pick.
Give me Andrew Luck.
All right, let me tell you that. Let me tell you this. Okay, so let me tell you this. All right, no more jokes. No more jokes. So let me tell you this: if we trade OV to the Colts or anybody, get a third-round pick out of him, and in that third-round pick we get somebody like Dakota Allen or Jamel Dean, you're gonna see a really happy J-Sack. Like I love both of those young studs. I think they're both the best player in their position, and both of them could fall to the second and third round. And one of those guys in the second or third round is that's gold. That's gold, man. That's a better scoop than that's just as good of a scoop as Darius Geis in the second round last year.
We don't have a third round pick because of the Beal thing, though.
Yeah, the Beal. That's what I'm saying. If Beal doesn't pan out,
we trade OV for a third
round pick.
Trade OV for a third round pick.
Yeah, that would be probably the dream scenario is to trade OV for a third round pick.
I mean, because he said himself, the Colts have 124 million cap space this offseason. They have not. The Colts are going to go big this year, and they're going to try and make a run.
You think they're going to go for Le'Veon Bell?
Maybe. Yeah, definitely.
That'd be smart.
I think that's smart. I would go for Le'Veon.
But then they ain't going for if they do that. So,
they have a ton of money. They have a lot of money to spend.
And you got the extra 14 mil this year on the cap, so add 14 million.
Yeah. I mean, I think this year's free agency is pretty nice. There's a pretty nice free agency class this year.
Well, OV's not a free agent.
No, I'm just talking about regular free agents in general. I'm not talking about OV. I'm just talking about free agents in general.
I think OV got to go. That's all I gotta say.
I don't think we're gonna get a third out of OV. Not even because of his contract, just because of his talent. His talent's there. He just hasn't been performing. So I think we'd probably get like a fourth out of him. I think. Mark my words. I think we're gonna trade OV, get like a fourth round out of him, and I think you're gonna see the Giants trade up into the second or into the third this year to grab a player who fell. I think you're going to see because we have a lot of fourth. We have a lot of mid.
You might see a lot of trades in the second round.
Janoris Jenkins has been playing a lot better since we last talked about.
I don't care. I don't care if Janoris Jenkins ends the season with like 2 picks every single game. I still want him gone. He's 30. Yeah, his contract sucks. Yeah. I don't care if he plays like the best corner. Like I don't care if he plays like the reincarnation of DN.
But then you gotta have 3 good corners. You need 3 corners.
Remember we had
Tyrann Matthews' contract ends this year. But although I do think the Texans are gonna give him a long-term deal.
Yeah, of course.
He's been playing too good. The Texans are gonna give him a long-term deal.
He's the honey badger, dude.
And there's no way he wouldn't want to play for Houston. They're a playoff team, so. But man, I would love Tyrann Mathieu on this team. Holy shit!
Landon Collins.
I think the Texans had an easy schedule. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Texans
they did have an easy. Well, they have a very weak
division.
Yeah, they have a pretty weak division.
Well, we beat them in the.
Yeah, but I mean, we beat them. Yeah, but neither of us were really as good as we are now. You know, if we were to replay them now, who's gonna win? You know, who'd win that?
I think we can
watch that game.
I think we won that game.
No, we won the game. I'm just saying, like, neither team were as good as they are now. Like, they're both still, in their stride, trying to get better, and they're becoming the team they are now. OV has performed this year. He will honor. What? Have you been watching this guy? Just says OV has been performing this year. He will earn.
What is he smoking?
What are you on, bro? He has not performed this year. He's been hurt most of the year, and when he's been here, he's been forgettable. They should move Landon Collins to linebacker. Bad in coverage, but great with tight ends and getting to. What are you talking about?
This isn't Madden.
What are you talking about? This isn't Madden, bro. Yeah. And what do you mean he has not been great with tight ends? He's been getting his ass kicked by tight ends. What do you mean he's great with tight ends? He's been getting his ass kicked, bro. Landon Collins was at his best when you let him play down low zone. The reason why Landon Collins been getting his ass kicked is because he's been in man coverage and he's been playing deep zone. If you go look at his 2 past seasons where he's been great, he's been playing in your curl zones, your hook zones. That's where Landon Collins shines at. And he's been playing up high, or he's been blitzing.
Now imagine we had good cornerbacks in Landon Collins. You would see a completely different player.
Imagine signing DeMarcus Lawrence. I don't want DeMarcus Lawrence. He's toxic. Even Stanley had to get on his ass because he showed up to free agency out of shape. I don't want somebody like that. He's good, but he showed up to free agency he showed up to offseason out of shape. And the offseason he showed up to camp and all that stuff really out of shape. Sean Lee had to get on his ass. I don't want to play like that.
There's enough pass rush in the draft.
Yeah. Besides, there's so many good pass rushers in this year's draft.
This draft is loaded, man.
So what? This is football. So what? OV was hurt. He still performed. No, he didn't perform. What are you smoking, bro? What are you smoking? And for a player to earn a contract, he's got to be on the field. If he's sitting on the couch getting millions of dollars, he's not earning anything. What are you talking about, bro?
He's giving out spiteful information.
Golly. you all rough on Jenkins. His brother murdered his friend in his house. How he handled Jenkins going to go through all that. I mean, yeah, that's tragic, but it doesn't mean that his football play is not.
My brother wouldn't be living.
He's been playing hard though lately.
My brother wouldn't.
I mean, yeah, he's been playing better lately, but he's still been ass. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I mean, that sucks. His brother died. I mean,
did you see that breakup?
I mean, it sucks. His brother murdered somebody.
He came across one side of the field, all the way to the other side of the field, and broke that pass up last week. That was a beautiful play by Jenkins. Granted, whatever the fuck his brother did has nothing to do with him.
I don't know about
my brother did some shit. Whatever, bro. You did it, not me. You know.
I don't know about cutting Jenkins, and then we have 3 cornerback spots we have to fill.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think Grant Haley's got some potential on him. I think Grant. I'm not saying Grant Haley's good, but
they have been targeting Grant Haley a lot.
Yeah, but he's been playing. He's been responding pretty well though. You know, when he gets targeted, he's been responding pretty well. I'm not saying he's gonna be great. I just think he's got some decent potential on him, Grant Haley. I wish Dante Dion didn't get cut. I like Dante Dion, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I like D squared. But, all right, guys. I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. We're a little late. I gotta get to sleep. Oof. We had a good stream tonight, guys.
Should be the rest.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, good talk tonight, man.
Let's go.
Whatever happened to what's his name?
Ned.
Yeah.
He's got finals.
Ned's
he's doing
sleeping.
finals and stuff like that this week.
Ned's sleeping.
Ned's got a lot of finals he's doing this week. That's why he missed out.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for listening in. We appreciate it. Make sure to go up a like on this video. You can watch it when Marco uploads it tomorrow. If you missed the stream already, make sure to go to our YouTube video and check out all the videos we got. We have new merch line. You will find it in the description. If you buy something, if you buy anything like a sweater or something like that, tag Marco on Twitter, and he will give you a shout out and a video. Thanks for tuning in, guys. You guys have a good night and keep bleeding blue.
Bleed blue.